One song? Everyone, please take your seats. We'll start the afternoon program. We had a plan for some of the other Swamis from the different centers, for Radhikas, to give some video presentation, just to give their blessings to the new center. Only one was able to do it. The others asked me to say in person. This is from Swami Vimokshanandaji. Swami Vimokshanandaji, most recently has been at the new center in Ireland, in Dublin, but he's been here several times, and he feels a very close connection to this center. So he, along with Swami Purnananda, he is the Swami who's been there in Ireland for many, many years, running everything by himself, and they have the new Swami, Swami Shanti Vratanandi. So the three of them wanted to send all of their best wishes and their blessings for the new center. Then also Swami Tyaganandaji. He also hoped to come first, and then that didn't work out, and then he's not feeling so well. Something happened.
He fell down.
Oh, he fell down.
No.
What happened?
He got a booster shot.
Oh, a booster shot. Okay.
Not a bullet shot.
Not a bullet shot. Okay. Anyhow, so he also asked us just to convey his best wishes and blessings, and Gita Pranaji also from Ridgely, along with the Shuddhatma Pranaji. Okay, so we'll begin our talks with Swami Sarvadevanandaji, and then in between we'll show this video presentation from Swami Ishatmanandaji from our center in Chicago. And then we'll finish this session with Swami Yogatmanandaji, and we'll have a break roughly around 3:30. Please try to get back here by 4. Don't come late, because we have musicians who are going to be here, and we just show respect for them. Everyone should be seated quietly in their seat before 4 o'clock, so we can start right on time. And at that time I'll announce them. So now we'll begin with Swami Sarvadevanandaji. Okay. स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। It is a joyful day, yesterday and today. So many of the devotees we have gathered here to this newly inaugurated place called Sri Ramakrishna, not for Sri Ramakrishna but for us, more so. Because Sri Ramakrishna came in this age for a certain mission. As in the incarnations, when they come, they always come for the good of humanity, taking so much trouble to get this human body. The Lord of the universe, who is infinite, who is birthless, who is deathless, takes a human form for the redemption of the suffering humanity. And in this incarnation, Sri Ramakrishna came, though he is the same spiritual energy which manifested in ages together in Rama's life, in Krishna's life, in Buddha, in Christ, in Shankara. Here is a manifestation which is the consummation of all these spiritual ideals of thousands and thousands of years of spiritual sadhana, all mingled into the life of Sri Ramakrishna. A unique phenomena in the history of spiritual literature and the spiritual journey.
The world has never seen such renunciation. The world has not seen such compassion and cry to redeem the sufferings of all. He did his own sadhana. Yes, if he is God, what is the need of his own sadhana? It's a unique sadhana, unique spiritual practice to show that each path, he has revalidated each path. All the spiritual journey human being can ever think of for thousands of years in all cultures, in the world culture and world religion, they have practiced, they are revalidated, they are true. If we are sincere, we can reach the same destination. That is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna. In the Vedas we have such statements, but in one singular life, the demonstration is unique. That's why we said Sarva Dharma Sthapakastham. What to establish? Is Christianity established newly? Or Hinduism is established newly by Ramakrishna? Or Vedanta is established by Ramakrishna? It was there. What is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna? Uniqueness of that, yes, he re-established, revalidated. He didn't go to school. He didn't read the philosophies as we read books. It is simple, sincere practice. Reveal the truth to his own mind giving, and then he can match now with the Upanishads and all the scriptures of the world, how they tally and how they are perfectly correct, as has been said in the Upanishads, as said in the Bhagavad Gita, as in the Quran, as in Jindavesta, as in any religion we go, Christianity and everywhere, the truth can be realized in this very life. And whatever may be the path, the crooked or straight, if one is sincere, he will reach the truth. That is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna. Not discarding anyone. No exclusion. And Sri Ramakrishna was the total embracing of all spiritual ideas and giving faith in us that it is possible. We are here also to get out of this suffering. That's why Sri Ramakrishna did tremendous spiritual sadhana for 12 years, practicing all streams of sadhanas, which 64 ways of Tantra. We do not know even the name of 64. But the question of practice. And each practice we know how tedious, how difficult, how complicated is that. And he traveled all this journey and all the other paths also. That's why Bahu Sadhake, Bahu Sadhanar Dhara, Dhyane Tomar Milito Hoyeche Tara, Tomar Jibone Ashimed Lila Pathe, Nutan Tirtho, Rup Niloye Jagote. That is Rabindranath said. Nutan Tirtho, a new holy pilgrimage, place of pilgrimage, is Ramakrishna. It's not Ramakrishna is not a man of flesh and blood. Ramakrishna is a consummation of the spiritual energy, spiritual truth. If spiritual truth can be put and condensed together, and the body, human form can be created, it is Sri Ramakrishna is there. That's why Swami Vivekananda told him, Chit Ghanakaya, Niranjana, Nararupadhara. All these qualities has been mentioned there. Uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna. Now, his coming, his spiritual sadhana, what to us? No, it didn't end. He was crying the same way, going to the roof of the Dakshineshwar temple. Ye, come, come, come. As Christ said, ye who are heavily laden, come, come, come. So Ramakrishna cried and wept. And I'm tired of talking mundane talks. Come, ye good, pure children. And there came Vivekananda, Brahmananda, Shivananda, challenging people. They don't believe in the Murti Puja, in the worship of Makali and all this idol worship. And here he worked with them for the redemption of the whole world. Then he taught you know, to Swami Vivekananda. And when the day Vivekananda, Naren, accepted Mother Kali, the Shakti, the power through which the whole universe has come out of Brahman, accepting that Mother who is everywhere, who is in the water, in the vertical ground, in the trees, in the plants, in everywhere, that he insisted, and that experience was given to Naren to make him his instrument. Naren Shikkhe Dibe, Naren will teach. He entered into Naren. Vivekananda entered into it, Ramakrishna entered into Naren. And Swami Vivekananda said, Sri Ramakrishna, put him to me, that Mother Kali, who is making me crazy and go round all over the world, helplessly. For what? For the redemption of the world. That is the point. This center is for, he is one of the ray of that Sri Ramakrishna light. We should feel blessed to think in this line. His redemption. We have come here not for any other purpose. We are tormented in life's problems and suffering, anguish, anxieties, worries, fear. Here we come to know a new path. How can we get out of our fear? How can I conquer death? How can we conquer our sufferings and miseries in life? That is the purpose of Sri Ramakrishna's coming. After Sri Ramakrishna's coming, he walked to the Naren, establishing the Baranagar monastery. How it was, you know the story. It was Sri Ramakrishna who connected these boys who are renunciate, who have dedicated their life for God realization. They don't want this coming back to the monastery and organization. They are wandering monk, you live the life of everyone. They are totally dedicated for God and God only. And this spiritual, highly illumined people, they were gathered around Sri Ramakrishna, and Vivekananda tried to bring them together, and bringing them together again and again. But they want to go away in sadhana, in their sadhana, in deep forest in Himalayas, or going to Uttarkasi or wherever, all over India, walking, and this type of monasticism was there. Ramakrishna created a new monasticism. That monasticism, everything was centered around my realization. And because of my realization, everything was out. External world is to be rejected totally. But here came Sri Ramakrishna, who involved these monastics into the twin ideal. It is your realization. Yes, we want God realization here and now. That is the monastic life. But that can be utilized as an avenue to help, not to help, to show compassion. No compassion. It is service. Service of man, God in man. It's a new philosophy, and bringing this organization has a great purpose. It is unique in Indian history. Shankaracharya did that, but that was also focused more for meditation and analytical spiritual journey to make a Jnana Yoga path, and the external world is to be rejected as is the path of Neti Neti. But here is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna, giving the same end result of God realization and experiencing the Brahman consciousness by creating this organization. And as you have heard yesterday, Swami Sarvapriyananda told, no? I have fallen in love. And then that lady, host lady, said, who is that blessed lady? He said, no, it is no lady, but in organization. The Hindus are always battered by everyone. Why? Because Hindus are not organized. Individually, if someone criticizes Swaminarayan, we will be happy. Oh, it is their issue. Someone does the Hare Krishna, oh, that's okay, we are great. If someone does that, and they will be happy. This is the disintegration. But the integration, Sri Ramakrishna is the integrated whole. When one day Swami Vivekananda came from Calcutta, I am talking about all the negative teachings in one of this new sect in Calcutta that time, and he was vehemently criticizing them. Sri Ramakrishna at the end of this discourse said that, my child, that is also a path. There are people of that category, where they will go? They will go through that experience and rise higher and higher, from lower truth to higher truth. So this is the Sri Ramakrishna's compassion and Sri Ramakrishna's dedication, starting this organization. He inspired Suren Babu, he inspired Naren, when everyone is scattered, to build a place which is called Baranagar Monastery. And as the monks are there, they are all fleeing away in their own spiritual journey. Then Naren collected them again and again and again. And going back from here, he established the Ramakrishna mission. And you all know that Ramakrishna mission, it is not the duty of the Ramakrishna monks only. It is monks and devotees together. That's why that mission is created, and there came the unique ideal. Ideal is the same, God realization, and it is an effort to soothe our life. So it started from Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna, sickness was his one plea, some say. Because of that, all the pure-hearted souls gathered together. It is the organization, not in a way we make the organization. I am the president, you are the secretary, let's start 501c3 and this and that. This organization Ramakrishna did not do, but he organized with a love. So this speciality of this Ramakrishna movement should be centered around love for God. Our activities, our presidency, our leadership, these, that, all secondary details, we are all servants. And that is the ideal he has given for one's own redemption or freedom to achieve, and for the service to others. So this is the unique organization. Started from there. We find that this Belur, which is Baranagar Monastery, to Nilambar Babu's garden house, to then you go to Nilambar Babu's garden house, to then to Belur Math, and now Belur Math has spread to dive different direction. But you could understand what a struggle it was to bring these sadhus back to the stream. New thinking, new thinking. Monks will be wandering monks. Monks are taking care of the sick patient. Those who are people, now nobody to look after, cleaning their soiled clothes. And the name is coming to the monks, Bhangi Sadhu, Mleccha. This type of, but recognized that it is not just like a charity, not like that of any ordinary service, but it is the service with the highest ideal of approach, the Vedantic approach. Navare Pratyukamayo Putipriyo Bhavati, Navare Sarvasya Kamayo Sarvam Priyam Bhavati, Atmanastu Kamayo Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. That highest ideal in the Upanishad, translated by Ramakrishna order, by Ramakrishna himself, through Vivekananda, and that is the stream till now going on in its own way. The purpose is that Atmana Mukti, and this service is no kindness, it is no charity, it is respect, love. I am blessed that I could serve Swami. You are serving in the temple by doing the puja, I am serving by blowing the leaves here. It's only same, it is service to God. Serving husband, serving wife, serving children, serving in the office, serving in your computer in your office, going to do your medical profession or teaching school. Everything is service, 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 service. Service to whom? That one who remains in the background of all this diverse universe. That this duality, as we see, it is in our ignorance we are seeing, and Vedanta teaches us to lift that veil of ignorance by sadhana, by analysis, But new path, Swami Vivekananda said, I have created a new path for all of you. His children will be liberated by working, serving and working for him. এতদিন লোকে জানতো জব ধ্যান প্রার্থনা করে মানুষ মুক্ত হয়, একটা নতুন পথ করে দিয়ে গেলাম, প্রভুর জন্য কাজ করে এরা মুক্ত হয়ে যাবে। সেই জন্য দিস ইজ দি রেসপন্সিবিলিটি ফর অল অফ আস টু রিমেম্বার টুডে দিস ইজ এ হোলি অর্গানাইজেশন, sacred organization. Its main purpose is for our self-realization or self-redemption, to know who we are, to know the divine in us, and as I know what is divine in me, it should reflect in my life and action. My effort should be, how can I feel that I am in my awareness, that I am doing, I am privileged to serve. In your home, you work whole day. What a new direction has been given by Ramakrishna. You are not working for anybody. Whole day you are tired, but tired for God. Think this and see what a new life, what a new transformation can bring. Our tiredness will go away. Is it not true that when one day you are very tired and somebody requests you, will you cook one meal? Bhogam will be given to the Lord. Do you think, oh my God, I am tired, I cannot do anymore? You get energy. You get renewed energy. You can ignore your own suffering. You can ignore the weakness of the health condition. You ignore that because you love God. So when we think that I am doing for God, then it is so easy, things become so easy. But when I do think that I am working for this guy, as in the office here, friends, my boss or my co-worker, they are cheating me. And those, of course, we should be careful. Don't allow anybody to cheat. But at the same time, to think that it is internally I should be very peaceful. I know that I give nothing, but I serve God only. So this is a new ideal, and this organization is necessary to, we forget this ideal. It should be recollected again and again. It should be remembered again and again. You know all these things. What I am saying is nothing new. You have heard 100 times. I also maybe have said 1,000 times. But to reflect in life is a very great difficulty. But that is the repeated thinking. Where will you get an opportunity? Why we should not feel so much blessed that we have a good company? Suppose I give the example, suppose you are flying in the plane and you suddenly find one unknown gentleman sitting and just brought out one, say, Gita, or say a small dust speck Ramakrishna. What do you think? Oh, where are you coming from? Where do you live? And you get extra energy to make friendship with that guy. Because he loves Ramakrishna, he loves Vedanta, he loves Gita, he loves Upanishad. No? So this is the gathering where we gather together similar-minded people. And we should have to experience the best of it and nurture our spirituality, the spiritual tree which is inside. It should be nurtured and nurtured and nurtured so that it blooms fully and brings out the fruit of realization, God realization. Stop not till the goal is reached, and that goal is God realization. That is the whole Ramakrishna mission, and Mott has no other goal but making spiritual, what you call, scientists to find the end result of their scientific research. As Swami Premeshananda Maharaj used to say, this Ramakrishna organization is a, what is called? It is called a spiritual research institute. Vedant, Brahma Gyan or research institute or whatever language I am forgetting. Anyhow, it is a Brahma Vidya. He used to say, Brahma Vidya Research Institute. Brahma Vidya, Vidya means the wisdom and knowledge, of Brahman, Brahma Vidya, research. We are all researchers. Trying to find where is that Brahman. How can I find? Yesterday, Sarvapriyananda Swami spoke so beautifully about what is this, what we are searching for. And so that research is to be made. How? By practical application. Until and unless it reflects in the life, these are all worthless talks. Therefore, we have a greater responsibility with this, along with this unique opportunity, that really a place where we can gather together, we can listen to this unique message of Sri Ramakrishna. We can contemplate again and again on Vedantic truth. We can meditate. We can sing bhajans. What a beautiful atmosphere is created when we sing together. It resonates and it vibrates in our heart. A noble vibration makes us spiritual. And actually so, Ram Prasad, Kamalakanta, many saints, they have become saints only by music, with so much heart and love and devotion when it's. So this is a unique place, has been created by Lord's grace, and our inspirer was Swami Shahananda Maharaj. We remember him so dearly. And he was planning, he wanted every state should have one center. And he has created a big, what we call kingdom. And he has created one organization called Ramakrishna Ashram. And he used to ask, donate money, give. And then he said, start a center. So he started Phoenix. Somebody said, hey, give some money, get it Phoenix. Phoenix Center, Las Vegas Center. Then you go to where? Pittsburgh. You can go to Atlanta. You can go to where?
Raleigh.
North Carolina. You go to Houston. You go to Dallas. You go to Austin. He has created all these pockets.
Washington, D.C.
Washington D.C. No, he has created. No, that way I can say. That way I can say San Jose he has created. It is San Jose he has created. San Jose he has created. San Diego Center he has created. He has created this Washington D.C. He has created Risley. He is a visionary. What the vision? We have to respect that vision. Vision is that every place, and he used to go and give initiation and make a group of devotees and say, hey, start, study circle, do. And he used to go, inspire them. Purpose is nothing, your spiritual growth. He didn't want anything for himself. His whole heart and soul was to preach Ramakrishna. And then, why Ramakrishna? It is a cult. Are you not a cult? Ramakrishna is a cult. Yes, it is a cult. Where you find this universal attitude, go to any organization. You go to Hare Krishna, will you get that? They cannot enjoy here and enjoy much. But I can go and enjoy Hare Krishna temple. Kali temple, people may not be able to enjoy this much here in Ramakrishna and all these pictures. But we can go to Kali temple and enjoy. I can go to Catholic organization, I can go to any temple, church, mosque. I can go to mosque. I can enjoy joyfully there. Because this is the Ramakrishna. The uniqueness of Ramakrishna. Giving us, hammering on this, it is truth is only one. He is worshipped in many ways. And it has ingrained into our life in such a way that it gives us new life, new joy. I can find joy in every worship place. But others cannot enjoy the worship place of any other religion. So this is the uniqueness. And this is the wonderful opportunity what Ramakrishna came to give. And Swami caught that. Even in India, Bhava Prachar institutions are there. But that thought came later. Swami Shahananda Maharaj started this program here much even before, when he was in Berkeley. He started place of San Jose and another Bakersfield, another was where. Two. Idea is behind that these people in this area will be centrally thinking about this unique ideal of universality of religion, the divinity of the soul, and the immortal nature of the soul, and to dive deep into that experience and make their life blessed. So this is also another place which she was he had the idea, and it started also, but Tapos and Ratna then left here, and then it all actually it came down. But again, it was simply it was surviving little by God's grace. Now it has again come up all this. I would request all of you to keep this in view. The purpose of this organization, purpose of this meeting is God realization. All are secondary. All should be thrown away. Other little petty things. Here, how can we develop our spirituality? How can I be of service? How can I add my service to anyone? Not to criticize, not to go in a negative way. So that this disrupts the whole mission of this Ramakrishna ideal. We are human. We will have some differences. Matters little. This whole Ramakrishna organization is a big organization running. Yes, there are differences of organization, differences of opinions, but that is very secondary. The goal is God and God realization. So I would request Swami Jogatmananda is very close to us. He will be coming here occasionally and adding to this Swami Sarvapriyananda, Swami Tyagananda, Atmagyananda, Swami are already there, and also any other Swamis who can afford, let them come and give us inspiration more and more. But we have to be very much creative and in integrating our spiritual life more deeply. That is the purpose, and Swami Shananda Maharaj will be happy and Ramakrishna will be happy. Mostly. Holy Mother will be happy. Jai Ma, thank you.
We'll have this short video presentation now of Swami Ishatanandaji, and then we'll invite Swami Yogatmanandaji to finish. Turn the lights down.
It will be on these things.
These two, you'll see better if you get back here.
Right, yeah.
It's a little too close for that.
Tika. It was a great day. I wish I was there. Dear devotees and friends of Vivekananda Vedanta Center, Kanitika. It was a great day. I wish I was there. And very congratulations that you could make it, you could do it. And my pranam to Swami Sarvadevanandaji Maharaj, who is always a great inspiration and support for this great cause. Friends, you know that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna came to establish the religion. And religion is nothing but understanding clearly that we are gods. Afterwards, Swami Vivekananda said to Sister Nivedita, my philosophy can be said in 2 sentences: to make people aware about their divine nature and to help them to manifest it. So we are also divine. Now we have to manifest that divinity. That is the goal. When we establish an asrama means those who are there, they are trying to manifest that divinity and helping others who are coming and joining them, maybe for some time, maybe for 2 days, helping them to manifest that. As maximum as possible when we are spreading out, that is good. So we are carrying the flag of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Ma Sharada and Swami Vivekananda. And we have to reach to the goal, and that is God realization. As our master has said, God realization is the goal of human life. Nothing else. We must have to do it. And when you look at us, and we must be patting our back saying, oh, we are great. Because millions and millions of people, they have not heard about God. They do not have any conception of God. At least, maybe in the last batch we have done something good. And that is why we have come to a great philosophy, a great personality, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. As the Shankara said, three things are really rare. Only by the grace of God one can achieve. Manushyatva, Mumukshutva, Mahapurusha Samastaya. Look at us, all of us, those who are following the path of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, his ideology, his philosophy. Are you not blessed? We got the human life, we got the human birth. And we have also a desire to realize God, to talk to Him, to see Him. All of us are having that, Mumukshutva. And now Mahapurusha Samastraya also, this great philosophy of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada Swami Vivekananda. So we must try not only to manifest within ourselves, but also to help others to come and understand that and manifest that. So this is our goal. How we will do it? As Shankara said, by Manashuddha Karana, we have to purify our mind. How we will purify our mind? Just removing the ego, that's all. How we can remove the ego? This is the best opportunity. When you establish an asrama and we run ourselves, then there are so many different type of people will be coming and the ego will be clashing. I want to do this in this way, I want to do that in that way. Ego will clash. We will go back to Sri Ramakrishna, pray before him that Thakur, Ma, Swamiji, please guide me. How to do this? How I can do it? Other people are not liking it. Can I do it? If they bless, everybody will support, everyone will support. Things will be, and that way every time, whatever we are doing, we will always go back to Sri Ramakrishna and pray to him, and we will, under his guidance only, we will do. That is the way we have to make the progress. All these talks, all the reading the books and meditation, for what purpose? Tatak kim, tatak kim, tatak kim. No, there is a beautiful verse that the Guru Randri Padme Manaschinna Lagnam. Tatak kim, tatak kim, tatak kim, tatak. If our mind is not at the feet of the divine God, what we are doing, maybe we are a great scholar, maybe we are a very rich person, maybe we are this, maybe we are that, but it is of no use. So with that we should have to remember every day. Those who are associated with that, you must remember, friends, that all of us should remember when we are leaving at the gate of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, whoever comes from outside, they don't look at us, oh, Mr. So and so, or Mrs. this and this lady, that and gentleman. No. They say this is the Ramakrishna mission. And we have to be very, very careful about that. If we do any mistake in our behavior, in our manners, any wrong word that we use, immediately that will go against the great God, Sri Ramakrishna. Our Srimad Swami Bireshwaranandaji Maharaj used to say, be very careful, because through you, people will understand Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. If you make any mistake, if you misbehave with someone, if you lose your temper while talking to people, if you discriminate, oh, these people I love, they should come, and those people I don't like, so they should not come, then it will go against Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. So friends, these are the things we must keep in mind. We must be very, very humble, and we must thank ourselves and also bless ourselves in this way that God has chosen us to do His work. He could choose anyone, but He has chosen me to do it. When I am sweeping the floor or cutting the vegetable or cooking, don't think that, oh, I am cooking for God. I am cleaning this place for God. Constantly, if we can remember that, then the blessings of God will come for sure. And how you will understand that God's blessings are coming to me? I will feel love for each and everyone. I will feel joy all the time. I will never feel jealousy for anyone. These are the wonderful qualities every time we have to check ourselves. These are the yardsticks. Otherwise, well, we'll do many things, time will pass, and one day we will die, and maybe the grandson will say, my grandpa constructed this building and he was the founder secretary of these. Well, with all these things. We don't need that. We want only God's blessings. Truly, truly. More we are becoming older, more we are feeling the days are so few. Our days are so few that there is not much time left. Now, all these worldly things, whether people will clap or not, whether they will appreciate or not, shall we jump on that? No. Each and every day when there is no one, the one-to-one with the God sitting before Him, in tearful eyes we can pray to God a human birth you gave. And maybe by the blessings of someone, my ancestors and my good karma, I could come to you, my God. You are my Guru. And then why not? I can't realize God. It is not possible. I must realize God. Please bless me. Take away all these ahamkaras. As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Ami mole guchibe janjal. So we have to remove our ami. How ami will go? Again, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's that guidance. He said, turn it towards God. And we have to say, whatever we do, all the time within. Not that in the microphone we have to say, oh, I have not done this, Ramakrishna has done, so clap for that. Not that way. We have to turn towards God, and when nobody is listening, we have to say, God, it is only because of you. I am such an ordinary person, and you have given me so much. So that should be our prayer. Let every one of us get his blessings, get his darshan, and make this human birth really, really successful. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji. Once again, thank you, friends. Thank you, dear devotees.
All that program became a great success. In a way, because of my advice, which he did not take. So, my salutations to Thakur Ma Swamiji. It is a wonderful occasion, great occasion, a memorable occasion, and I must mention here that how great dedicated efforts have been put in by so many people. Our, of course, Swami Sarvadevanandji, Swami Atmajnananandji, and before that Swami Swahanandji. But one person I must mention, without whose relentless perseverance and this wouldn't have happened, and that is Tapos Mukherjee. It is, it is, in spite of lot of criticism, because we are all criticism experts, that we didn't need to get much training into. It is, and but still he didn't give it up. He remained at it. Perseverance is a very important spiritual quality that we have to develop, friends. To run a center, to develop it, to get benefit from it in our own lives, what is needed is that dogged, relentless tenacity and perseverance to stick to it. We all remember the ideal sometimes, but then today we remember it, that memory lasts till we go out of the gate, and then other things take over, and we forget all about it. And the benefits are all lost then, you see. So therefore what is needed is that kind of tremendous tenacity to hold on to it at all cost. It is, I was so happily surprised to see in such a short time all these preparations were made. Not only that the buying of the property was done, but then the next big step to get it ready for our purpose. And in such a short time, I was told many, Rahul and Devashish and others, they worked so hard under the guidance of Swami Atmagyananandaji, who has been, this expert shrine maker in our order. He has made shrines at so many and so beautiful. As soon as you see that feelings of devotion, they get enkindled in us. It is, he had given a talk in some places that making of a temple, do you remember that lecture?
Building shrine.
Building the shrine, yeah. Building the shrine. It is a spiritual exercise. It goes through many stages. It is building of the temple is also like that. It is a spiritual exercise. The basis is the devotion. And then it should not be just imaginary something. There has to be the concrete translation of that inner devotion to outer manifestation, the mind to body. It is so something that is subtly in our mind. Yes, I feel devotion. Come on, let it become a dynamic force. Now that devotion therefore takes the form. How should I actualize these devotional ideas? Yesterday I was giving a Bhagavatam class, and then there is the story of Dhruva. The Narada is giving advice to this little child Dhruva that, well, now you go on that bank of Jamuna in the Madhuvana and then do spiritual practice. Turn your mind to God. Calm down all the turbulence in the senses by some practices. And those practices are not just mental, because we must realize certainly mind is far more important than body. But where do we live most of the time? Just ask yourself. How much do we live in mind and how much do we live in body? When the body goes to New York, I say, I went to New York. The mind might not have gone, but the body went, and I say, I went to New York. All of you are physically sitting here. Is your mind right here? Just think about it. So, where do we live? So the ideas also have to be translated. If it is told that, oh, all these nice sweets and khichdi and all these delicacies given to you mentally, are you ready? No. I am sure many of you wouldn't have come if that was the food offering was only mental. So the point is, so these devotional ideas also need to be translated at our physical plane. And so Dhruva is advised that, okay, now do worship, offer this food, collect the roots and the fruits from wherever you are living. A very important idea, whatever is available locally. Not that, for example, here in the worship, you had this, no bay leaves are available as such here, and it is foolishness, to order bay leaves from somewhere for this purpose. Not necessary. Some other substitutes like dry leaves that Atmagyanananda told me, excellent. We use in Providence also say tri leaves, rose leaves. Yes, that was told to me first by Swami Bhashyanandaji in Chicago, that, oh, we use rose leaves. So I said, yeah, exactly. They also have like bay leaves, these leaves together. So use whatever is available. Don't waste too much time in paraphernalia. But you need something concrete. So make an image of your chosen ideal, the God, and then worship in the proper way. Use the mantra. He says, mantra, I give you a mantra. Not that you choose any mantra that you want. The Guru has to give the mantra. The mantra has the power of the tradition. And so the mantra has to come to you in a proper way. So all these things show a gradual translation from the mind to body. Then we have to, practical, collect, money to get a place. It is very important. This is a practical, translation of the idea. At all different levels, it has to get translated. That nothing is trivial, friends. Everything is charged with that inner devotion getting manifest more and more at the grosser levels till it reaches the level that we live most. It comes to us. Yes, now we feel it at our experiential level. It is now physical. One gentleman in Providence was kind of fighting with me. He is Jewish, but is a nice devotee, Vedanta devotee. So he was saying, why Swami, I don't get it. That it is, God is everywhere, I understand that I am the self. Why should there be this image, shrine, and offering of food, fruit and all that food? Hey, what is this? I told him, yeah, well, very good, You see, your son, you think of him in your mind, you love him so much. Why do you travel thousands of miles to go physically to meet him? If your son is not just body, meet him at mind, that if you can do that, yes, fine. Why do you need to hug your wife? She is not body. So why do you need to do that? So it is, we have to do it at our level. When Swami Vivekananda mentions that when we will transcend body, then alone we have the right to say that images are not necessary. The physical offerings are not necessary. All that is there when we transcend the form. So, till then we have to use it. So, the important point is that why we have to gather all together. That is another psychological aspect of human life. Human life means man is a social animal. You must have read it in your, say, primary or middle school classes. Man is a social animal. So you try to find community. These are the ideas, actually I am just elaborating what revered Sarvadevanandji told in his beautiful and very comprehensive lecture. That so we need to build communities. Those gamblers, they build the gambling community. Those who are, lovers of football, they have the football, these things. Amongst them also, fan clubs are built. So it is a Brady fan club, whatever it may be. So it is. So you because it is a building of community. Well, I took the name of Brady, he doesn't like that. Gyananande, he is yeah, so.
Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles, so he, but whatever it may be, they have their community too. So it is, the question is that we should have a community fired with this ideal that we want to realize God in our life. We should build a community around this ideal. We need it, friends. So we come together. It is and pray together. In Quran, there is this great idea that praying individually is much weaker than praying as a community. So they come together. Why, you know? Well, I don't want to make my talk too long. It is at 3:30 we I am to. Well, I have, been always told to cut your talk short. This is a joke I heard long back. Cut your talk short. And one preacher said, well, today I am determined to cut my talk short, no matter how long it takes to do it. So, it is. So this is the psychology. When I think that, well, I am spiritual and nobody is as spiritual as I am, I will pray just alone to myself. Unconsciously what happens, you can observe that. I have observed that many times, that our ego becomes more and more enhanced, more and more pronounced. I am better than all others. So instead of spiritual practice, it becomes development of ego, becoming bigger and bigger there. I am superior to others. And this is not the right thing. So you will see even great like Mahapurush Maharaj, he used to go to the shrine to meditate even at the ripe old age. He didn't need that great person with samadhi always. The meaning of samadhi was manifest in his person. That Swami Shivananda Mahapurush Maharaj, he used to go as an example that let us meditate together. This togetherness is important. And that is why we have this community. And well, there is another thing I would like to mention here. I began with that actually, but it was in the context of only tapas, perseverance. Yeah, but we need this perseverance in our spiritual practice. It is, we are what is called Arambha Shuraha. Arambha Shura, that in the beginning lot of enthusiasm is shown. In Sanskrit there is a saying, Bhavvarambhe Laghu Kriya, that lot of big this fanfare, lot of this fanfare and noise and lot of food, a big program. As if everybody is so enthused. In our spiritual life, yes, it feels that many have occasionally, I find some such person commenting after the lecture that Swami, your lecture was so impressive. Now I am a changed man. That's it, I am, but that change lasts maybe for 2 minutes, whatever. Yeah, it is. So why? That perseverance has to be developed. Let me tell one incident, very telling incident, friends. Very telling incident. I am just telling you to remind what may happen. I was at a temple opening program in a private ashram, that is, we call it private center, which are not directly affiliated to the Ramakrishna mission. They are groups of devotees. Ideologically they are affiliated, but not organizationally. So, there is in Assam a wonderful place, Hojai, not too far from where our Raki's earlier home was. So, at Hojai. So, there was a temple opening ceremony there. They built a very nice, beautiful temple. And many of our great Swamis were invited. There was Swami Prabhanandaji, who is now Vice President, Swami Pramayanandaji, who passed away, who was also Vice President. Then there was another Swami, Swami Prathamananda Priti Maharaj. He also was there. He was actually organizing everything. There were some other Swamis, and one Yogatmananda also was invited for that. He also went there. So, and then great function, you know, thousands of people came for that inauguration. I'm not exaggerating. Literally thousands of people were there. A lot of wonderful music, big puja, a lot of feeding, great lectures by all the Swamis there. I also spoke. There is a funny story about my speech there. I will tell you. It is too tempting to hold it. It is that people there, devotees told, Swami, you can speak in Bengali, your Bengali is okay, we will understand it. And I said, okay, I will try, I will speak in Bengali since you are pressing so much for Bengali speech. Our Prathamanandji, Priti Maharaj was hearing this. He said, hey, Dada, tell me. This I will tell in Bengali. Tell me, bolo, tumra baje Bangla shunte chao na bhalo Hindi shunte chao. And now nobody is going to say, amra baje Bangla shunte chahi. So I spoke there in Hindi. The program, then again till it went on till about 10:30 at night. And I was mentioning to Prabhananji, Pramayananji, others, oh, what a great program. And these devotees are so fired, wonderful. And Pramayananji, with great experience of all these things, he said to me in Bengali, এটা তো খুব ভালো করেছে, দেখো কালকে সকালে হয়তো মঙ্গল আরতির জন্য দরজা খুলবারও লোক পাবে না। And that I didn't believe. But that brahmachari was ready with all, to do the Mangal Arati. Nobody was there to open the temple. The Mangal Arati was supposed to be at 4:30 a.m. Somehow at 5:30 somebody arrived. So, what I am telling is just to tell you that the things, the enthusiasm peters down. And we should be guarding against this. It is, I am not telling this that you should also repeat it, since Hojai people did like this. Amrao sherakami kori tale. No, not like that. Let us learn from this, that no, we have to hold on to it. in Patanjali's yoga aphorisms, there is, keep on remembering that, look, this happens with great perseverance. Satu dirgha kala nairantarya satkara sevito dridhabhumi. We become impatient very quickly. But it should be dirgha kala, for a long time. Not just long time means many years just passed away, but many years of more and more intensifying spiritual practice have rolled on. Satu dirgha kala nairantarya, without break. Not that 2 days I did, but then third day I was kind of tired, so I did not do. Fourth day we had some guests, you see, so I could not do. And then I forgot the next day. This is everybody's story, friends. Not that it is criticizing anybody. This in your human psyche, it happens. But therefore we have to guard against it, that it should not happen. And that is why the teaching is that which naturally happens, we don't need teaching for that. It comes naturally. You never need to be told that, okay, eat or sleep. Those things happen. In the lecture also people go to sleep. In fact, that is a nice time to go to sleep, So it happens when such boring speeches are going on, and that too after such a sumptuous lunch, great lunch. So naturally what happens when the Swami stands to speak, and then God is everywhere, and that happens. So the Omkara Dhvani begins, So it is. So this is something that happens. You don't need to teach that, okay, go to sleep while the lecture is happening. You have to tell the reverse. Don't go to sleep, try to listen to it. It is, I tell in my congregation there, because of my way of speaking, people fall asleep. So I tell them that, okay, sleep, but don't snore. Because while it is your right to sleep, you don't have the right to disturb the sleep of somebody sitting by your side. So it is, don't snore. Sleep but don't snore. So it is. That which happens naturally, we don't need to pray. Where the prayer and practice is needed, it is for something that we don't want, but it may naturally happen. The spiritual practice may dwindle, or we may forget about it. Does it sound familiar that we forget sometimes? No? Wow, you are wonderful people. That it is, but so dirgha kala, nairantarya, and satkar, asevito dridhabhumi. There should be this satkar, means the feeling that I am doing it for my manifestation of divinity. There should be the sense of respect and worshipfulness, reverence there. With that reverence, not that, oh, that Guru told me all this, now somehow I have to carry it on. No, with respect, you see. It is, otherwise, okay, Guru told 108, how much? 102, okay, a few more, and then done. Okay, where is my cigarette now? Okay, that is, that will not do. It is, one has to do that with satkar. That reverence has to be there. And then, you see, the thing will manifest in our life. So, that is what that dogged determination, relentless pursuance of the ideal has to be there. And I am sure that you all, fired with this enthusiasm, will hold on to it and develop that in your life. We all have to do it, friends. It is, and it is my blessed privilege, friends, to be able to come here today and in this whole worship to offer my Anjali, my one flower, my sincere thanks to all the organizing members, my pranams to revered Sarvadevanandaji, and thanks to my friend Atmajnanananji, who introduced me so well, Yeah. I was trying, don't give any introduction like that. There was a story about it. One lecturer, he told the one who was going to introduce, hey, don't speak too much about it, keep the introduction short. And that man didn't like this, so he wanted to wreak a revenge. So he stood up to give introduction and said, about today's speaker, the less we speak, the better. So, it is. But he told only some good things about me, not, It is, if you know me, then there are so many other things that he could have easily told, but thank you for not telling all those things. So my prayers to Thakur Ma Swamiji again, that may that manifest in our life, may that great message come to our life, illuminating our personal life, family life, community life. We are all connected, friends. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji.
No, really, Swamiji got Nanaji. Yeah, he got me also. But really, he's one of the most enjoyable speakers that we have. I always love when he speaks. Humor is there, but depth is there also. Now we have 20 minutes. If you want to go and get a cup of tea or coffee, you have to do it quickly and then come back. What I'm thinking, Chinmoy and Devashish, are the musicians here yet? Yeah. Let them come up and set up and practice here while everyone is outside. And so let everyone go out, either have a cup of tea or stretch or something, and then we'll get everything set up, and then we'll try to start, if possible, at 4 o'clock.